Hi everyone, it's Gillian from Hooked and Smithen. For today's tutorial, I'll be showing you how I crochet the 3D heart stitch. This pattern is completely flat on the opposite side. Check the link in the description for the written pattern, and let's get started. To begin, you're going to chain in multiples of 13 plus 1. For this tutorial, I have 40 stitches. To begin row 1, you're going to start by making a double crochet into the 4th chain from the hook. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And the skip chain in the beginning of the row counts as a stitch. You're now going to make 1 double crochet into the next 4 chains. That's 2, 3, and 4. You're now going to make your first heart stitch, and to do that you're going to chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you want to make those chains a little bit on the loose side. You're now going to make a slip stitch into the 3rd chain from your hook. And you're going to make those slip stitch also a little on the loose side. And you're going to make a slip stitch into every chain, and that will give you a total of 5 slip stitch. That's 4 and 5. And you're going to chain 1. You're now going to be turning your work and work on the opposite side of the chain. You're going to skip the first 2 stitches on the bottom. And if you're having a hard time finding those 2 stitches on the bottom, which I find could be a little difficult sometimes, you can count from the top, knowing that you have to work into 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is where you will make your first stitch. And into that first stitch, you're going to make a single crochet. You're going to make a half double crochet into the next stitch. You're going to make a double crochet into the next stitch. And into the next stitch, you're going to make a treble crochet, 4 treble crochets. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're now going to chain 4, and you're going to make a slip stitch into that stitch that you made those 4 treble crochets. And that is the first part of the heart stitch. To continue, you're going to repeat those stitches that you just made on the opposite side. You're going to start by chaining 4. You're next going to make 4 treble crochet into the next stitch, which is right here. And you're going to go on the both loops. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're now going to make a double crochet into the next stitch, going on the both loops. A half double crochet into the next stitch. And 1 single crochet into the next stitch. You're going to make a slip stitch into the chain 1, and you're going to make one more slip stitch into the last double crochet. Take note as to where I'm putting my hook. You're going to go into the top of the double crochet and one loop off the side, and you're going to pull through all 3 loops for a slip stitch, and you just made your first hard stitch. To continue, and this will be the start of your stitch repeat, you're going to make 1 double crochet into the next 13 stitches. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. You're now going to make another hard stitch just as you did previously. So you're going to start with your chain 7. You've now made your second hard stitch for row 1. The pattern repeat for row 1 is 13 double crochets, chain 7, and make your hard stitch. And you're going to repeat that for as many times as you need to until you get to the end of your row, and I'll meet you there. At the end of your row, you should have 6 chains left. You're going to make 1 double crochet into each chain. That's 5 and 6. And that is the end of row 1. To begin row 2, I'm going to switch my colors, and that is completely optional. You can make this pattern in one color if you choose to. I'm going to chain 3, and that chain 3 counts as a double crochet. I'm going to turn my work, and I'm going to make a double crochet into the next stitch. Not this stitch, because this is part of the chain 3, into the next stitch. And row 2 is a double crochet row, so you're going to make a double crochet into every stitch until you get to the end of the row. When you get to the hard stitch, you're going to need to move it out of the way a bit so you can work into those double crochet stitches. You don't want to miss them, otherwise your stitch count is going to be off. And you're going to continue with your double crochets to the end of the row, and I'll meet you there. At the end of the row, you're going to make your final double crochet into the skip chains. And that is the end of row 2. To begin row 3, you're going to chain 3. You're going to turn your work, and that chain 3 counts as a double crochet. You're going to make 1 double crochet into the next 5 stitches. Four and 5. You're going to remove your hook from the loop. You're going to flip your work to the wrong side, and you're going to insert your hook under the 2 loops from the hard stitch, and I'm using the 2 loops from the chain 4 on either side. I'm going to insert my hook on the both loops. I'm going to put that loop back onto my hook. I'm going to pull it through for a slip stitch. I'm going to turn my work back to the right side, and I'm going to continue making 1 double crochet into the next 6 stitches, and this is the start of your repeat. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You're now going to make the hard stitch, chain 7. You just made your first heart stitch of row 3. To continue, you're going to make 1 double crochet into the next 7 stitches. That's 6 and 7, and here you're going to attach the heart by you're going to remove your hook from the loop. You're going to turn your work to the wrong side. You're going to grab those 2 loops at the back of the heart. You're going to put that stitch back onto your hook, pull it through for a slip stitch, and you're going to continue. At this point, you're going to start your stitch repeat over again by making 6 double crochets, chain 7, and then the heart stitch. Then you're going to make another 7 double crochets and you're going to attach your heart. You're going to continue that pattern, and I'll meet you at the end of your row. At the end of your row, you should have a total of 6 stitches left. You're going to make 1 double crochet into each stitch. That's 3, 4, 5, and the last double crochet goes into the chain 3. And that is the end of row 3. To begin row 4, I'm going to start by switching my colors. Chain 3. I'm going to turn my work and I'm going to make 1 double crochet into the next stitch. Row 4 is a repeat of row 2, and we will be making double crochets all the way to the end of a row. When we get to where we join the heart stitch, you want to make a double crochet into that stitch. You don't want to skip that one. And you're going to continue making your double crochets as usual. And I'll meet you at the end of the row to begin row 5. At the end of the row, you're going to make your final double crochet into the chain 3. And that is the end of row 4. To begin row 5, you're going to chain 3. You're going to turn your work and you're going to make 1 double crochet into the next 5 stitches. That's 4 and 5. Make your heart stitch. You've now completed your first heart of row 5, and the heart from row 5 should be directly above the heart in row 1, so on and so forth. So every time you make a heart for row 5, it should be directly above the hearts in row 1. To continue, and this will be the start of your stitch repeat, you're going to make 1 double crochet into the next 6 stitches. That's 5 and 6. You're now going to remove your hook from the loop and turn your work to the wrong side and attach the heart. Going on the 2 loops at the back of the heart and attaching this, putting the loop back into the hook and pulling through just like you've been doing before for slip stitch. You're going to continue by making 1 double crochet into the next 7 stitches. That's 5, 6, 7. Make another heart. You've now made your second heart stitch for row 5, and as you can see, it's directly above the hard stitch from row 1. To continue with your pattern, your stitch repeat for row 5 is 6 double crochets, then you attach the hard stitch followed by 7 double crochet, and then you make another heart. Continue this way until you get to the end of your row, and I'll meet you there to finish. At the end of your row, you should have 6 stitches left. You're going to make 1 double crochet into each stitch. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, and the 6th double crochet goes into the chain 3. And that is the end of row 5. To continue with your pattern, you're going to repeat rows 2 to 5 for as many rows as you need. When you're satisfied with the height of your pattern, you're going to finish off your work by repeating row 2, and I'm just going to bring my original color back up. And to repeat row 2, you're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and you're going to turn, and you're going to make a double crochet into every stitch until you get to the end of the row, just like row 2. I'll meet you at the end for the next row. For the next row, you're going to chain 3. You're going to turn your work, and you're going to make 1 double crochet into the next 5 stitches. And this is like a somewhat repeat of row 3, but without the heart stitch. In this row, you're just going to be attaching the heart to the back. So that's 1, that's 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you're going to flip your work over, and you're going to attach that heart stitch. And you're now going to make 1 double crochet into the next 13 stitches. And that will bring you to the next heart that you need to attach. 2, 3, 10, 11, 12, 13, and attach that heart stitch. And to continue, you're going to make another 13 double crochets, and you're going to attach your heart stitch, and you're going to continue. That is going to be your repeat, making 13 double crochets until you get to the heart stitch that you need to attach, and I'll meet you at the end of the row. At the end, you will have 6 stitches, and you're going to make 1 double crochet into those last 6 stitches. Now that you've attached all your heart stitches, you're going to make 1 more row of double crochet to give it that finished look. And I'm just going to bring one of my colors back up, chain 3, turn, and make a double crochet into the next stitch, and continue making only double crochets into every stitch. And I'll meet you at the end of the row, and we can take a look at this beautiful stitch we've created. We're going to flip it over so we can have a better look And that's the end of the 3D hard stitch tutorial. The only thing left for you to do is to sew in your ends and to block your work. If the hard stitch are sticking up a little bit too much, just block it and enjoy. Thank you for visiting my channel. Please like and subscribe for more video tutorials.